Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, in this video I'm going to show you how to edit your photos in Lightroom. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, my name is Serge Ramelli. I am a French photographer from the amazing, the romantic city of Paris, France. And I make 1 to 2 tutorials per week. Now, click the subscribe button so you get subscribed to this channel and click the little bell so you get a notification every time a new video comes out. In this video, I'm going to show you the retouching of my 4 favorite photos of the last like 3-4 months. And I'm actually going to give you the source files. To get the source files, you can click here, on the little info button or the link below. Get the source files so you can follow along. But also great news, you can use the source files to retouch it your style. You can post it on social media as long as you don't sell it or you just credit me at Serge. All right, so let me show you how I retouch some of my favorite photos of this year. How to edit photos in Lightroom. I actually wanted to give you an overview again of Lightroom by taking maybe my 4 favorite photos of the last 2-3 months. And so you have a daylight photo, you have a golden hour photo, you have like a sunset photo, golden hour, and you have a night photo. And I'm going to show you, without using preset, just pure settings in Lightroom, how I go about retouching these photos. Maybe you'll learn a couple of things. And also you can download these raw files. You can even retouch it your way, post it on social media as long as you credit me as a photographer. So let's start with a famous El Capitan. Before I take a photo, I always make sure it's very sharp. And this one is super sharp. I got very, very lucky that morning. I got up, there was lots of clouds. So when it comes to daylight photo, I always start by opening up the shadows, always. And then I check my black point. You've seen that me do over again. On the black point, it's very important to have about 1 or 2%. And then I'm going to take my white point, voila. And same thing, the white point, you want to be at the limit of, you don't want to have like too much because it's going to be completely overblown with no information. Now, once you got the exposure, you kind of how you want it. I'm going to boost a little bit the exposure. I think the photo is a little too dark. And I'm going to play around with the white balance. I always play first one with the white balance. So this is like a daylight photo. So I'm going to go to daylight. Daylight makes it very blue. I might make it a little warmer than daylight and a little more magenta, just to add a bit of more colors. On this one, I think I want to do something about the sky. I want to make a nice gradient. So I'm going to take the gradient. I'm going to go to exposure and I'm going to go minus, okay? When you take any of these settings here, what happens is everything else, becomes zeroed out. You only have this one. So now I'm going to click and drag, okay? So that's way too much. You see whatever I'm doing here is going to be applied there. And now El Capitan is also too dark. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to luminance. Now luminance is going to create a mask because I want to darken the sky but not the El Capitan. So I'm going to hold the option key to see what is happening here. If I move to the right, you will see everything which is white is going to become transparent. White reveals, black conceal. So if I go all the way here, you see how El Capitan is becoming a bit like black, dark gray. That means that whatever I'm doing here is not going to influence El Capitan, and whatever is white is going to be influenced. So in short, let me show before. So here you see El Capitan is getting the gradient, and here El Capitan is not getting the gradient. Kind of cool. All right, on this one, I think I want to add a little bit of clarity because, I don't know, it just works well. Maybe a little bit of vibrance to make the color pop. It's a very bluish color, bluish photo, but it's, it's pure daylight. I might try, sometimes the sun was there, but all the warmth of the sun is kind of gone. So sometimes what I do is I make a big circle, I invert it, I feather it, and then I just add a little bit of exposure. Maybe not exposure, but a little bit of yellow and a bit of magenta. Maybe not too much magenta, just a little bit of yellow. And I bring this all the way there, and because it's feather, it's just going to add a little bit of yellow, maybe a little bit more. It's very, look at this. If you want to see the before and after of you just click here on that panel. Before, after, just makes it a little bit, bring back the sun there a little bit. I think, now sometimes I use the curve, like once I'm happy with this, I don't want to touch this, I play around with the curve. So you can play around with the shadows. I think I'm going to put in the shadows even more, but I'm going to crash the darks just a tiny bit. And then maybe boost the light. No, the light, I don't want to burn that too much. And I just play around and see what it gives me. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Now, I think El Capitan is way too dark, so I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to zoom in on the famous El Capitan, maybe not zoom out that much. So if you don't want to zoom out that much, you can change your settings here. Okay, that's way too much zoom. So 2:1, that's way too much. This is even worse. So let's go up the other way. I never know which way to go. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So now you see when I press the space bar, it only zoomed that much. And then I want to take a brush that's going to add exposure and clarity. And I just want to bring, look at the snow there. I want to bring back some of that snow there. So I'm usually overdoing it at first too much. Okay, like 153 is crazy. And I go usually around 150, 160.60 just to bring back some of the snow. And you know, when there is a brush you're happy with, I advise you just click new and start a new one, because you might want to have a different settings for exactly. You see, for El Capitan, oh, it went back to maybe I want something like a bit less, like 0.30 or something. I'm going to create new, and I just go on and add a bit more details like this with my brush. It's kind of like dodge and burning. I want to add some more shininess on that little cloud there. You know, it's kind of, don't overdo it. Like, you got to be able to tell yourself, did I do it or did I not do it? You know, and so this is the before the brush and the after. That last brush is a little too strong. I want to do it something that's kind of still very natural. Okay, and I think on this one I'm just going to crop it 16:9, 16:9. Yeah, something like this, because I really want to see more El Capitan. So you know what? Let me create a virtual copy here, and then let me reset it so you can see the before and after. Before and after. Yeah, I really like this photo. I forgot to do my sharpening. So I'm going to go all the way down here. If you get a chance to go to UCMD, it's what a place. It's unbelievable. So for when I come to, when I want to do the sharpening, I always go back to 2:1 to really be like really sharp. And usually what I do is on this one, I'm going to go sharpening about 100. And you see it brings back some noise there. So I'm going to put noise reduction around 10. But the main reason why you have noise here is because this sharpening value is being applied here on the sky. So I'm going to hold on the option key and go move to the right until my sky is completely black. Anything which is black is not going to get sharpened. And now we got a very smooth sky and a very sharp mountain. It's really cool. So that's my first one. Again, that's the before. And that's the after. Very classic daylight. Very classic. Next one is I was driving into Corsica and I saw this golden hour, and there was this beautiful wildflowers and with this little line. I thought that could make a cool photo. But all the golden hour was kind of gone. So same thing here. I'm not going to use preset. I'm just going to open up the shadows here. I'm going to bring down the highlights completely on this one. I'm going to hold on the option key and do my black. So that's the usual stuff you've seen. And then I'm going to do my white. I think the hardest thing to do when you retouch photo, and I think the biggest mistake people do, is the white balance. White balance is very tricky. That's why I did this preset with the white balance. On this one, I think I'm going to go to shade, because shade is like end of afternoon, and just add a bit of magenta because I can. The problem now is that all my sky is very, it's kind of warm, but there was a bit of blue that's kind of lacking there. So I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try to go to daylight and now just maybe warm things up a little bit here. And I'm going to make a gradient, and I want to add back in that gradient. I'm going to go to temp, so everything comes down to 0 but the sky, and I want to add back some blue in the sky because I just want a bit of blue left here, something like this. Make it a little bit darker. Okay, and one very important thing on this photo is I really want to add. There was a big sun there, so I'm going to make a big sun. I'm going to invert it. And somehow I lost the sun in this photo. Sometimes raw files steals the sun. So I'm going to back add the sun like I've been doing before by adding yellow and magenta on the very feathered, inverted radial circle. Something like this. So now I want a bit of blue and a bit of sun there. Maybe a little bit, yeah, a little bit brighter and a little bit of saturation. So I'm doing a lot of things in this thing. I'm adding saturation. Clarity, minus clarity, not plus clarity. A bit of exposure, a bit of magenta, a bit of yellow, maybe even more yellow. Yeah, that's more interesting. That's more like it. Okay, I think I want to add more contrast to the overall photo. When you add contrast, what happens is that it makes the color even more vivid. I think now, looking at it, my blue is too strong in the sky, so I'm going to take it back. I just want a little bit of blue, just very little. And I'm going to add a bit of vibrance maybe. And then on this one, I think, let's play around with this one. Shadows. Maybe you put up the shadows a little more. I want to make it like a very summer feel. Dark. I want to put in the dark. I don't want it to be, it's a little too dark. Yeah, and light. Let's see the light. Maybe bring down the light. So you just play around with the curve. I like to play around with the settings. I think they influence the curve a lot, and I think it's kind of cool. Maybe just add an overall contrast with this. Maybe you make the photo a little darker. Yeah, and you just play around. But that's the general idea. Again, I'm going to create a virtual copy. I'm going to reset it. I'm going to show this to you full screen. So that's the before, and that's the after. So sharpening, I'm going to go, usually what I do, my true formula is 90 of sharpening, 10 of noise reduction, and 50 of masking. This way I get a sharpened photo, but the sky doesn't get sharpened. I think on this one, I might want to go to the transform, the post-crop vignetting and add a bit of post-crop vignetting. I think it's going to make it a bit more interesting. Something like this. And voila, again, let me show you, that's the final result. Voila. Okay, now let's make a nice sunset golden hour again in Florence, one of my favorite cities in the world. So this one was, I zoomed in a lot. I think I was on this Michelangelo Plaza. If you've ever been to Florence, you've got the Michelangelo Plaza, and that was at 100 millimeters, so really zooming in a lot. On this one, so I'm going to put up the shadows. I'm going to bring on the highlights. Ooh, might be too much. You see, whenever the sun is present, we'll see, but I might bring up the highlights again. You don't want everything to be burned around the sun. So my black point again, my white point. Yeah, and I don't like the white balance at all. I think I'm going to go to shade. I want to make this like really warm, yeah, and a bit of magenta. Maybe it's a little too warm, so bring back some of the blue. Okay, but you see here, I don't think it's nice to have too much details here. So backing down the highlights and making it a little more glowy, I think is more natural to the eyes. I really like that. On this one, might just take a little bit of a brush and add a bit of glow there, a bit of yellow, just to make the river glow a little more. Because it was glowing and I kind of lost it in the raw files. On this one, I definitely want to go 16:9. I work with galleries and they love 16:9, so I got used to it. I think it's great because it's and you can really choose. And I think, I want these trees there and I want more of that sky, and we're going to be more punch in. So that's good, that's good, that's good. I really like it. So again, let's do the sharpening on this one. Same thing, sharpening around 90. I shoot at 100 ISO. You should always try to shoot at 100 ISO as much as you can. So on this one, that's the setting I use: 90, 50 of masking, and 10 of noise. Like I showed you. Again, let's create a virtual copy. I'm going to reset it. And again, don't forget, you can download these photos if you don't get a chance to go to Corsica, Yosemite, or Florence. And you can retouch them your style, post them on social media, and just use the hashtag #PhotoSerge. So that's the final result. Ooh, I love that photo. So dreamy. What a place. Look how sharp it is. Amazing. Love it. And last, a little nice photo from Cinque Terre. Also, as I said, it was some of my favorite place on the planet. The Cinque Terre is amazing. It's in Italy. It's great. So same thing. I'm going to open up the shadows. I'm going to boost the white holding the Option key. So when it comes to night, I usually burn more the colors than I do when it's a day photo. Okay, I'm going to crush my blacks. Now the colors are completely wrong. So let's see what shade is going to give me. Shade is okay, but on night photography, I add a lot of magenta. I want to bring back a lot of the city, what the city has to offer. Okay, let me go back. The zoom is wrong. I want to go back 1:1. How sharp this photo is. It's really cool. Okay, maybe add a bit of vibrance. Not too much. I want this to be really colorful. I think there's too much blue, so I'm going to add even more warmth to this photo. You don't want to push the warmth until you lose the blue and it's all grayish. But something like this I think kind of works. Let's play around, maybe a little bit minus clarity. I don't want to have an HDR look on this one. Usually I'd add a bit of vibrant, a little bit of saturation, and then let's play around with this, shadows. Okay, I think I open the shadows a little bit, the darks, a little bit. You just play around with it and add a bit of a curve on top and see what you like. That's what I do. Okay, I really want to crop this 16:9. I don't know. I know I'm cropping everything 16:9, but that's the gallery fault. But then you can decide more sky, less sky. I think a little bit of sky is just enough. I like this little, line here. And I think on this one, I want to cheat a little bit. And I want to add back some colors on the village. I'm going to make a big circle around the village, invert it. And then I'm going to go to temperature. And then on this one, I'm going to add a bit of yellow and magenta and saturation just on the village. Maybe not so much yellow. But I really want the village to, stand out really strong. Something like this. And if you think it's too much, I'm gonna back down the saturation. I mean, visually at night, it's very vivid. It's very, very vivid. I think I want to add a little brush. I want to put some more attention on the foam here, on the city, maybe on these rocks, maybe here on this. Just add a bit more details. The brush is gonna add a bit on details, a bit of clarity at the same time. But this is just, I don't know. I'm just a brush addict. I can't do a photo without a brush, but I'm seeing someone about this. All right, guys. So that was how to edit photos in Lightroom. That's how I work. That's really how much, and I spend a lot less time because I use my filter, my presets. My average time on a photo, I think, must be 20 seconds now. With preset, it's really faster. But I wanted to show you. So that's the before, and that's the final image. Yeah, Cinque Terre. If you get a chance to go to Italy and go to Cinque Terre, it's amazing. All right, guys, I hope you like this. Don't forget to download the source files, play around with it, make it your way, post it on social media, tag me, and credit me at Serge. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the little subscribe button and the little bell. Also, if you like this video, give it a little thumb up. All right, mesdames et messieurs, I will see you in another video.